Kia ora, everybody. Welcome back to the channel. My name is Amy, the colorist here behind Amy Ward Art. The lights are not in the right position, but that's okay. I am back today with What You're Working on Wednesday. This is where we do a little catch up about the week and I show you all the things that I'm currently working on. Take a sip of my coffee because my throat is still funny. But yeah, we go through everything that I'm working on and I ask you the most important question. What are you working on? Let me know down below what's currently on your table. What are your current whips that you are working on? What's on your colouring table today? Now, I don't actually have a lot to show. I mean, I've got a little bit, but normally, as well as what I'm showing, there would also be a bunch of finished pages that I would be aware of in the background, but I don't show them. And it's not this week, and we'll get into that. But the first book I'll show you is 50 monster themed miniatures. This one is one where I just pull out 5 random markers and just make it work. And sometimes I'll add in more colors if it needs more colors. But yeah, it gets pretty random sometimes. And so I just had a marker day where each one of these I pulled out 5 markers for. I just went in and based a bunch of these. So all of them need pencil shading and something more done to them. But I just went in and based a whole bunch of these with alcohol markers. So you can see I got 5 of them based there. Yeah, I'll eventually go in and pencil shade them. But I just wanted to play around with alcohol markers one day. So that was great. That is 50 monster themed miniatures by Camellia Andrzejkova. And then I did some more page hopping in the Stardew colouring books using a randomized Stardew Valley game to generate prompts for the colouring books. I'll show you this one first because I didn't do much in the Junimo one. Admittedly, I tend to focus more on the actual Valley colouring book, but I have done a few grapes or blackberries, sorry, and eggplants, and then the fairy roses here. We've got the wheat still coloured in there. And then I'm pretty sure I did a boulder. Yeah, the glittering boulder. Did that one. And I think that's all the new ones done in the Junimo colouring book. And then in the Stardew Valley colouring book, we've made quite a bit of progress on this page. So I've just got a few more vegetables to colour, and then this one's basically ready for pencil. So I might jump ahead and just colour those veggies so that I can finish shading this page. No progress on that one. We did get the blackberry and cranberries coloured on the autumn page. Got the barn and the chicken coop coloured. I drew barn, but I ended up I got barn twice. So I used one of those to colour the chicken coop because it's very similar colours. So I wanted it to match. So while I had the colours out, I did the barn. And then I think Harvey is the only new character that we've got in. So we've got Harvey now coloured in. So just need Sam, and this page is done. Got a few more fish coloured on the mermaid page. She's not far away either from being done. Oh, we did the crow on the wizard's tower. Crobus. And a little bit more progression on the mines. So right now these are all based with Ohuhu alcohol markers, and then once the whole page is coloured, that's when I go in and shade with pencils and add in any details. Yeah, so that's how our generated prompt page hopping is going in the Stardew Valley colouring books. I've been having a lot of fun with that. And then the third page that I've got to show you is from Mythomorphia. It's a Mythomorphia page, and it's the Anubis page. So Mythomorphia is so close to being complete. And this is one of the 4 pages I have left. And so it's neat to be getting quite a bit of progress done on this. I live streamed this yesterday. So I still have all the pencils and stuff on my desk, which is handy. This is what we're going to work on today. But yeah, it's normally there'd be more pages behind the background completed. No, not necessarily things I would show you, but there'd normally be more things completed, and there's not this week. That's literally all the colouring I've done, and it's not a lot. But what I have been doing is playing video games. And I think it's because it just feels like it's a video game time at the moment. And that's okay. Sometimes we get in these moods where we just need video games or, reading, or we need something else other than just colouring to help with our mental well-being. At least that happens for me. And so right now, colouring isn't always the top priority. I am still doing a little bit of colouring, but I'm also allowing myself, if my brain is going, no, I don't really want to colour today, to go and play video games, which is why I've really been enjoying the Stardew Valley prompt colouring, because it's scratching that video game itch while still colouring. So I'm really enjoying that one. The other thing that I've been playing is Lego Jurassic Park. They've been playing the Jurassic Park series on TV, and it reminded me of the Lego Jurassic Park games, and I was like, you know what, I kind of want to play those. So I've been replaying that again, and it is very fun. I do love Lego games. They're another comfort series for me, along with Stardew Valley. Stardew Valley is definitely a fun one as well. Sorry, losing my voice a little bit. Alright, use some 90% dark grey shade in here. So yeah, it's been a pretty quiet week colouring wise. I'm still getting over the last of my cold. You may hear me sniffle and cough and clear my throat occasionally. I do apologise. I am trying my best not to do that, but it will still happen. But yeah, we're on the tail ends of this cold, which hopefully it'll finally abate soon, then I can be free of it. And yeah, apart from that, there's not been a lot else that is going on. I was gonna pop to the warehouse, which is like a Target today, and do a little bit of shopping, although my mum wants to go, so we're gonna go tomorrow instead, which is all good. So yeah, now I've got a day free, so I might just end up, hopefully it might be a bit of a colouring day. I'm kind of in the mood to get this page finished off, hopefully. That would be incredible. Again, Mythomorphia is so darn close. We are at, this is one of 4 spreads left. So when I say spreads, I'm talking about like the full colouring pages, because there's technically 6 whole pages left, but that's because there's 2 double page spreads and 2 single page spreads. So this is one of the single page spreads. So this month I would like to get both Anubis and the Sphinx done. Just get all the Egyptian themed ones done. But if I do that, all that's left then is the Mountain Troll and then the Name Belongs To page. So yeah, it'll be right on the ends, and it'll be cool to do that next month, and then the whole book is complete. Although that being said, if I get in the mood to like do the whole lot this month, like I'm not going to say no to that either. But yeah, the main goal this month is to get Anubis and Sphinx done. And that way there'll be only 2 spreads left. And yeah, 5 years of work. This book will be complete. And then I have to begin the process of rebinding it. And it's talking about how I used to stay on stream. My plan is, once the book is done, before I do anything, film a complete flip through, even though the book is falling apart. But film a flip through as is, And then I've got to start figuring out the sealing of it, and then the binding of it. But I want to get a record of it before I do the sealing of the pages and before we start binding, just in case something goes wrong. And I was just going to leave that video in drafts, but it's also been suggested that I just put that video out and then I can re-record the video once the book is bound and show it in its bound form. I don't know. I mean, part of me is like, yeah, I could just put it out because I know a lot of people want to see the full finished flip through straight away. But I also think it would look better flipping it bound. But then, you know, that video's there just in case something goes wrong. We will see. I'm still thinking about that, but let me know your thoughts down below. Do you think, like, would you mind seeing it unbound but completed early, and then, you know, I can put it up again later, but with the bound book? It might be nice to have the comparison of the bound and the unbound so you can see just the state we ended on. It also might take a really long time for me to get the book bound, you know? It might not be a do this right away sort of thing. It's going to take time to figure out how to bind it, how to do what we're going to do. I don't know. Let me know your thoughts down below. Excuse me. I go in today with no plans, so sometimes I can get a bit rambly about topics, but I think that's also the fun of these videos sometimes. It's just a random catch up. Yeah, there's just not a lot at the moment. I'm still on post-recovery from surgery and, yes, stuff like that. I did get an updated surgery date for my teeth since they were postponed with me getting sick. So our new surgery date is the 10th of September. So just gotta hold out for that oral op for my teeth and my gums and all that stuff. But yeah, it's not that far away. It's still a little far away, and it was a little guttering to have to postpone it because of getting sick. But also, that's, you know, how the cookie crumbles sometimes, and you can't help that when these things happen, you know, you can't help getting sick. So it's just one of those things, and it's better to be safe and do the surgery when we're feeling better than not. Okay, there's just a dot there. That's fine. Okay. I think we're going to do this black and brown to... This part is actually black and brown, but the brown is not particularly noticeable, so... match it up, and might have to do maybe another layer of the brown will help it pop a bit more. Don't mind it too much when it gets into the darker areas. So yeah, I'm waiting on, at the moment, I've got a book that's due for delivery in the next couple of days, which is a new Critical Role colouring book, which is exciting. And then, yeah, I don't plan on having any other books this month. I was also debating doing a, like, Ask Me Anything video. I'm a bit of an open book, but I also realise that there might be people who, you know, want to ask things that they don't, and they haven't heard those answers in live streams and stuff like that. So I was thinking about doing like an Ask Me Anything video where it's like a get to know me and letting you all just ask a bunch of questions. Yeah, and just being like, ask away, ask anything. I don't know, is that something that, like, have you guys got questions about me and my life? It doesn't necessarily have to even be colouring that you've always wanted to ask. You're like, I don't know. It's just something I was thinking about. It's like, oh, maybe there are people out there that have burning questions but just don't feel comfortable asking it. And you could just ask it anyway. But I get it. Sometimes it's awkward and hard to ask these sort of things. So, yeah. Right, I might do that part gold under there. I'm not 100% sure yet. I know that I was going to do in the grey black, so we'll skip to that. And you can just be grey black under there too. I'm trying to make it primarily grey, but then a little bits of gold and brown to break it up, and then there will be, like, I'll do the beetle, I think, in the same teal, like, of the gem. Need to do the gem yellow as well, or the gold. I think the eye I'm going to do teal as well. Just bring that tealy colour around a few more places, ties it into the background. This black is getting so tiny. I do have spears, thank goodness. I have a few spear blacks because I got a bunch of prismas when they were on special a little while ago to stock up on a few colours. I'm going to need to probably pull out a couple of them soon. I'm trying to use up as much of the old pencil as I can first, because I do like to use up the old ones first. We're going into the warm greys, so it's 90%. Sorry, still losing my voice as I was saying. Yeah. I don't know. My hands are already starting to get sore with this. So yeah, it might be another video game day too, to be honest. It's kind of how sometimes these things go. I think sometimes I get a little burnt out on colouring just because I do so much of it. And that's when it's like, okay, we're going to go and play video games a bunch more. So it might be what's happening here at the moment. I might be just experiencing a little bit of burnout with colouring. And that's okay. As I said, sometimes we need to change up what we're doing for the mental wellness, because at the end of the day, that's what this activity is. It's for my mental wellness activity. So it's not like YouTube is my career or anything like that. So my colouring is for me, and I just so happen to share it. And, you know, like YouTube and that, it's a side hobby of the hobby. So if it just so happens to be that it's a gaming month, it's like, well, we'll just have less colouring, and that's okay. Even though it means I'm not that I do a lot of content for YouTube anyway. But, you know, it's okay to take a break, is what I'm basically saying. So I'm using the 70% warm grey right now. And now we can switch to the 50%. Have to get this tiny little bit down here. This is what we'll use to bring it all together. I haven't decided yet if this cuff is going to be brown, black, or gold. Which is why I've skipped colouring that one. The only problem doing an all pencil page is it makes my hands hurt. That's why I'm wearing a compression wrist guard on my hands today. Oh, sorry. Art is going again. Alright, that's the arm done. Whew. Stretch of the hands. Yeah. I don't really have much more to say today. Again, this week has been a pretty quiet week, so I think we'll just end it there. Plus, my throat is still hurting a bit, so I think we'll give my throat a bit of a rest and let it recover. But yeah, I hope you've enjoyed today's What You're Working On and catching up with me for the week. I hope you've had a fabulous week as well. As always, please let me know down below what you're working on. It's the most important question I can ask today. What are you working on? Let us know down below. And yeah, all the araha to you all. Oh gosh, I can't even. There we go. The hands are sore. Take care. Tēnā koutou. Ka kite, and I will see you when I next see you. Bye.